What's up, guys? Welcome back to Okie Outdoor Adventures. Today we're going to do a 3-month re-review of the Bass Pro Shops TSC10HA bait casting reel. Now, if you remember, or if you didn't get an opportunity to watch that previous video, I picked this up from Bass Pro Shops on Black Friday for around 45, maybe 48 bucks. So it definitely wasn't very expensive, and I mean, I've had it to this point, so I wanted to share some up-to-date feedback with you. We talked very briefly in the original video about a couple of items of note. One was 6:6 to 1 gear ratio. We briefly touched on the power lock anti-reverse, and I think we talked a little bit, well, I know we talked a little bit about the braking system. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to update you guys on and let you know what my thoughts are today. First and foremost, the power lock anti-reverse. In a video I posted yesterday, you will notice when I set the hook on a swim bait fish that I had some spool slip. Now, I thought initially that this was just drag. It wasn't a very big fish, but I noticed today, so watch, you can see the handle is not moving very much, right? If at all. But there's a lot of play in the spool. So every time I set the hook, or you know, any kind of force, I'm getting some of that pull back, and then the drag reacts. Probably not a big deal. It's a pain in the butt for me. So the power lock anti-reverse. Next up, the SmartCast braking system. I'm going to break open the reel and kind of let you see this. I tried to show you in the original video, but I was filming from my GoPro, and you just don't get a good look at it. So let's see if we can get that to zoom. Come on, catch up. So I think you can kind of see it a little bit better now. It's still definitely hard to capture, but you've got the SmartCast braking system, and the idea behind the SmartCast braking system is to apply tension to your cast at the beginning of the cast versus the end of the cast, where you start seeing spooling. Supposedly more RPM at the initial point or start of your cast. I like the idea in principle, but what I will say is the buttons to enable SmartCast don't stay. Now, so let's take that back off really quick, and I will show you this. We'll pull the spool really fast. So you can see that they move around very easily. They don't snap into place. You can move that up or down very easily. So no matter what, well, and that one actually still snaps. So one of the four of them actually still snap. I guess that's a pretty good ratio, right? So whatever. SmartCast braking system. I don't like it. I do not like it, not one bit. You can flip it to on, you can flip it to off. It doesn't matter if the buttons aren't staying in place. It really doesn't make much of a difference. And keep in mind that this is only my opinion, my view on this. So if you're having better luck with yours, guys, kudos, more power to you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, but I've had terrible luck with that. Number 3, I talked about the handles. Now, when the handles are dry, they feel fine. You get any kind of moisture on your hands, and you're going to pay the price. My hands have slipped more, I think, with this reel than maybe any other. Now, God, this spool just gets me. One item that is a deal breaker for me, like I can get past all the rest of that, I can dial my reels down to throw it. One item that I cannot get past is the line guide occasionally sticks, and it will load your spool to one side or another. Now, I don't mean that you'll see a noticeable rise or fall in your spool. The line guide is literally sticking and spooling all to one side if you're not paying very close attention. Now, you could argue, am I doing appropriate maintenance on, sorry for bumping my desk, am I doing appropriate maintenance on the reel? Yes, it's oiled, everything is taken apart, cleaned out, it's wiped down after every trip. So I don't know if that's a fault in the reel, or if maybe there's something stuck there that I'm just not noticing. But that's happened quite a bit. Second, my cast distance, regardless of how I tune now, and regardless of the line, I've noticed has been extremely diminished. So no wind, or even with the wind, dial down, using your tension knob, turning off smart cast, turning down your brake, whatever. In fact, I turned it like 3 or 4 clicks and realized that it was on min. But I'm still only getting what I would say short or maybe intermediate casts. Now, for a $45 reel, that may be all that you need if you're pond fishing or you know, just doing a little bit of fishing from the bank. But if you really want to get out and rip it, you're not going to be able to do it with this reel. So the price, it's 45 bucks. You can go on Amazon and buy any number of Cast King reels for 45 bucks. You can get a Piscafun, you can get just about anything. I think there's some Abus for around the 40 to 50 mark. Looking back, I'd like to do a comparison between this and maybe like the Spartacus or something like that. I mean, it's a visually appealing reel. Initially, I felt like it performed well, but after having it for 3.5, 4 months, almost 5 months now, I'm not happy with it. I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit. I may come up with something creative to do, but overall, I'm not pleased, and it probably won't stay in my arsenal very much longer as a reel that I'm actively throwing. So, just to very quickly summarize, I've got quite a bit of spool play in my spool now. Still not a fan of the handles. You could switch those out. It's petty. It's not really a big deal. The SmartCast braking system is a bit of a joke, in my opinion. Maybe it's a defect with this particular reel, but in my opinion, it's terrible. And overall performance is just meh. So, it's made in China. I don't know, guys. I'm not particularly thrilled with it. It's still, like I mentioned in the first video, feels cheap, and I think that's what I'm seeing now after a couple of months of use, is you definitely get what you pay for. So if you got a good deal on this, more power to you. I'm glad that you could take advantage of it. Hope that you're happy with yours. Mine, not so much. It's probably going in the garbage, or I'll give it away. We could always do that, right? Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I sincerely apologize. Again, these are only my opinions, my views, and aren't necessarily representative of the reel as a whole. Perhaps I got a defect. It is what it is. It's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you later.